So I am heading out for my daily walk. And today is one of those days where I don't super feel like it. Um, it's 6 degrees out, and it's just the first morning that I've had enough time to not be needing to go boom, 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 one thing after another. And so there's a part of me that just sort of wants to lounge and sit around. There's another part of me that knows that I really am going to enjoy my day more if I take my walk. And this is tricky for folks when they start doing the nervous system work to balance this middle path between making yourself push through everything and just not ever doing anything, right? So folks tend to be like, well, now that I'm not doing all of the things I don't want to do, if I don't have to, then I'm not going to do any of the things that I don't want to do. And this is where DBT is really helpful for me, because DBT balances the acceptance of this is where I am and this is what's going on but I also have things that I'd like to change. And it encourages us to think about both short-term and long-term goals. So my long-term goal is to feel really good in my day. And my short-term goal is to be really accepting and caring of where I'm at in the moment. And sometimes one of those is going to be prioritized. So if I was feeling, I would check in with my parts and I would be like, okay, how much do you not want to take this walk, right? And I would bring in that wise mind of, okay, I don't want to get going on the walk, but I also really want to have had the walk. So that long-term goal supports me in bringing in a willingness and some opposite action, which are both DBT skills, to be able to say, hey, I'm willing to do this, and I know it supports my long-term goal. And so I'm going to bring in this willingness. I'm going to do some opposite action, which basically just means do the opposite of the thing that you are wanting to do. Not in a push through kind of way, though. And that's where there's a big difference, because when we're making this choice according to our personal goals and not according to some cultural rule, it's experienced extremely different from the nervous system. So when the nervous system is told you have to do it, the nervous system has PDA. It does not like demands, right? It is wired for choice. And so when we are able to say, okay, is this personally meaningful for me? Then we get to say, I want to take this walk because it's meaningful to me. Not because there's someone out in the world who says I'm a good person if I take the walk, right? There's no one who's gonna know ultimately if I took the walk or not. There's no one monitoring whether I walk. Santa is not, that's not his job, and God is not Santa. So no one's going to know if I took this walk. But when I turn it into a good people take walks, then my nervous system's going to be feeling dragged, right? Pushed. It's going to have that PDA. But when I'm able to look at my long-term goals and go, you know what? I really want to take this walk. It makes all the difference. They've done studies about have to versus choose to, and it significantly reduces depression in folks when they switch their language, because it helps them not only to reevaluate, is this something that's meaningful to me personally, so that I can actually say I choose to, and it just switches the whole thing for the nervous system. It's not a PDA anymore. It's like, I want to do this. This is my autonomy. So try it out, bringing in some willingness in moments where you're maybe resisting something and you're like, am I resisting this because it's really not what's supporting my long-term goals? Or am I resisting this because there might just be, for me, it was just the want to have the slower morning. And I acknowledge that the choosing between slower morning and having had a walk felt more meaningful to me. So it came from a place of what was more worth it or more meaningful rather than what I should do. Okay, lots of love.